Just beyond the chaos of Naples and the crowded glamour of Capri lies a sleeping giant cloaked in green. Ischia, an island born of fire and shaped by centuries, is one of Italy's best-kept secrets. It's a place where nature breathes through hot springs, where castles rise from lava flows, and where ancient civilizations have left whispers in the earth. Number 10. The Island of Fire and Healing. From afar, Ischia appears calm, peaceful even, but beneath its skin, the earth still simmers. The island is volcanic, and its pulse can be felt through more than 100 natural thermal springs scattered like hidden veins through the hills and beaches. In Morante Bay, you can dig your fingers into the sand and feel heat rise from below, nature's oven baking beneath your feet. Locals have long known that if you dig just deep enough, you'll uncover pockets of boiling water, hot enough to steam fish or boil an egg. No fancy spa, just earth and time. Number 9. Castelo Araganis, Fortress of Forgotten Souls. Connected to the main island by a narrow stone causeway stands Castelo Araganis, a brooding fortress perched on a craggy islet of hardened magma. Its foundations are part of the island itself, lava turned to stone. Built by Hiero I of Syracuse nearly 2,500 years ago, this castle has seen sieges, love affairs, and sanctuary. But few know what lies beneath. Deep in the belly of the castle is a macabre relic of the past, a crypt where Clarice nuns practiced self-mummification, using the hot volcanic air to preserve their remains in seated meditation poses. A somber, sacred ritual, now hidden behind locked doors and crumbling stone. Number 8. A Greek legacy buried in the soil. Long before the Romans arrived, the Greeks came here, sailors from Euboea searching for trade and refuge. They called the island Pithecusae, and in the 8th century BC, it became the first Greek colony in the western Mediterranean. It was here that archaeologists unearthed one of the most mysterious treasures in classical history, the Cup of Nestor, a simple terracotta wine goblet inscribed with a playful, poetic line. He who drinks from this cup, desire for Aphrodite will cease. It is the oldest written Greek inscription ever found in the West. A flirtation fossilized in clay. Number 7. La Mortella, the island's secret garden. Hidden behind high walls in the hills of Forio lies La Mortella, a botanical sanctuary born of love. It was created by Lady Susanna Walton, the wife of British composer William Walton, who lived out his days composing music among orchids, palms, and cascading waterfalls. This isn't just a garden, it's an orchestral landscape. In spring and summer, the garden becomes a living concert hall, where flutes and violins dance with butterflies and birdsong. The amphitheater, carved from volcanic stone, allows classical music to bloom directly from the earth. Number 6. Monte Epimeo, the island's crown of mist. Asterisk asterisk. At the heart of Ischia, the land rises into the clouds. Monte Epimeo, the island's volcanic peak, stands over 2,500 feet above the sea. Cloaked in vineyards and chestnut groves, it's a world away from the beaches below. But this mountain hides more than just views. Tucked along a forgotten trail, you'll find a hermitage carved entirely out of rock. Monks once retreated here into total silence, shaping chapels and rooms by hand from the warm tufa stone. Some say you can still feel their presence in the cool, quiet shadows. Number 5. Wine from ash and stone. On the slopes of Monte Epimeo, ancient terraced vineyards cling to the land like a second skin. Volcanic ash infuses the soil with rich minerals, giving Ischia's wines a character you won't taste anywhere else. Wines like Biancolella and Fistera are grown on vines descended from pre-Roman times. In some parts of the island, farmers still crush grapes using centuries-old stone presses passed down through generations. Each sip tastes of smoke, salt, sun, and story. Number 4. Ischia's Hollywood disguise. During the 1950s and 60s, while paparazzi swarmed Capri, Ischia became the secret retreat of Hollywood royalty. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and even Charlie Chaplin sought solace in its anonymity. Few realize that many of the cliffside scenes in The Talented Mr. Ripley were filmed not in Capri, but in Ischia's hidden coves. The island played a perfect double, a mysterious understudy basking in the shadows. Number 3. Higher than average longevity rate and disappearing island, residents of Ischia live longer than average Italians. While many attribute this to the healthy Mediterranean diet, others point to the mineral-rich thermal waters, clean air, and a low-stress island lifestyle. Centenarians can still be found in the island's small inland villages, living quietly with routines that haven't changed in decades. Ischia has a disappearing island. Nearby, a strange rocky outcrop called La Scanella Secca occasionally appears just off Ischia's coast during extremely low tides, then vanishes underwater again. Sailors once mistook it for a ghost island, and it's become part of local lore. Number 2. The island is home to a unique species of lizard and village of sponge on Vivara, a tiny crescent-shaped islet connected to Ischia by a bridge. Lives a rare endemic lizard, Potterches sicula coeruleus. Unlike its green mainland relatives, this lizard has a blue hue, evolved due to the isolated environment. Vivara is a protected nature reserve and access is limited to protect its fragile ecosystem. The fishing village of Sant'Angelo was once renowned for its sea sponge divers, who would free dive using primitive equipment to harvest sponges from the seafloor. The industry collapsed in the 20th century, but old houses in the port area still bear frescoes and carvings of sea creatures, honoring that lost profession. Number 1. Saltwater cooks your food and used bread as currency at Fumarole Beach. The sand just below the surface reaches temperatures over 100 degrees Celsius due to underground volcanic vents. Locals still bury foil-wrapped vegetables, fish, or eggs in the sand and let the geothermal heat do the cooking. It's one of the only natural beach ovens in the world. Ischia once used bread as currency in the post-war period. Ischia's economy was so hyper-local that loaves of bread were sometimes exchanged for services, especially in the rural areas of Serrara Fontana and Burano. Elderly residents still recall a time when a loaf of pane di forno a legna, wood-fired bread, could buy a day's labor or barter for wine. Ischia is an island of secrets. Not loud, showy secrets, but ancient ones, buried in soil and whispered by waves. It's a place where the earth still exhales, where ghosts of monks and poets linger in the rocks, and where nature has never stopped composing her quiet symphony. So if you ever sail beyond Naples, don't just pass through. Stay, wonder, listen. Ischia will reveal itself to those who move slowly, and those who believe that some of the most magical places in Italy are the ones no one told you about.